Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're here from my main channel, Lisa's Study Guides, then hello. Thank you so much for coming onto the personal side and wanting to find out more about me. And if you've somehow just stumbled upon this channel, then hey, my name's Lisa. I am 28 years old and I run my own business. And apart from that, I love dancing, I love reading, which is actually why I am talking about the topic I'm talking about today, which is how to read productively. So I feel like I have talked a little bit about how I enjoy reading in the past, and a few of you have written in the comment section how you would like to find out more about my reading experience. So if I feel like that kind of means that there are some bookworms out there in my subscriber list, which makes me really excited because I would absolutely love to talk more about books and what I've been reading, what I've been learning, and share with you my recommendations and hopefully get some recommendations on your end as well. So today I want to talk about basically how I try to read as productively as possible. So what do I mean by that? I'm just going to launch straight into my first tip and allow you guys to figure out, the kind of area that I'm talking about when I'm talking about productivity in terms of reading. So what I found is I actually read best and I absorb information when I read slower. So I know that there are a lot of different techniques out there on how to read faster. So instead of reading across an entire page and having your eyes follow through from one end to the other, you just kind of rest your eyes in the middle and kind of let your peripheral vision look from left to right. But I tried that and I feel like it doesn't really help me. In fact, it kind of just stops me from actually taking in the information that's in front of me and actually enjoying the reading experience. So I think that's one thing that I discovered, like when you're reading for enjoyment's sake as a hobby, then you want to actually find the experience fulfilling in itself rather than trying to smash through lots and lots of different books and then at the end just being like, oh yeah, well this book just kind of told me about this and this one told me about this, without reflecting back and going, like this gave me the feels and that type of thing. So yeah, I would say that I'm definitely not the fastest reader on the planet. I know that my boyfriend is a much faster reader than I, kind of just like goes through books like that. But then, at first it was like, wow, that's amazing. But then at one point he kind of told me, you know what, when I look back, I actually can't really remember what those books were about because I read them too fast. I think it's perfectly okay if you read slower, but you actually do it well. So in that sense, I feel like a lot of people say to be productive is to be fast, but ironically, I would advocate for the opposite. I would much rather read it through once and read it through really well and be able to walk away going, yeah, that was a great experience. The second one is to stop reading a book if you're just not feeling it. What I've learned over the years is that maybe we get pickier as we get older, or maybe we come to understand more about what we enjoy and what we don't enjoy, and that at certain moments of time in our lives, we're going to gravitate towards certain books more than others. So for me, I really like nonfiction and I also really like fiction, but which one I steer towards really just depends on how I'm feeling that particular moment. And that might mean that I actually alternate between two books, one fiction and one nonfiction. But I've realized that if you're reading a book and you're really at the point where you're just trying to get through it for the sake of get through it, well then you're not enjoying it anymore. And in that sense, it's not productive. So yeah, I just try to understand how I'm feeling at that particular point in time. And if I'm up to a new book, I think to myself, okay, am I feeling something that's fiction? Or Am I feeling, so I don't know, with fiction it could be something that's, you could even stem it even further and say, am I feeling that's something that's quite heavy, maybe the topics discussed in it are quite serious, or am I feeling like a juicy rom-com style book? Or do I feel like something non-fiction where I feel like learning, where I want to have my brain absorb new information that will be valuable to my life and what I do? Third and final tip I have is to try different platforms. So I don't know what it is. It's a little bit strange. Sometimes I want to read on a Kindle, but sometimes I just want to read a physical book that I can flick through. I cannot think of why that is the case, but yeah, I don't know. It's just something about the actual, like what's in front of you that I think can change your experience when it comes to reading. So lately I have been really enjoying reading on my Kindle, just because I find that a Kindle is really easy to carry around with you and be with you at any point in time. So you could always just take it out of your bag if you're waiting at a cafe for a friend, or if you're on the train, like really handy. But the thing that I would say kind of sucks about a Kindle is you can't tell how far you are in the book. And yes, it's got a percentage at the bottom to tell you like you're 3% into the book or you're 40%, but it's just not the same as actually having a physical book where you can feel it and physically see where you're at. I don't know, it's just this kind of like weird, maybe like mental thing. So let's just say if you're not really feeling it on hard copy or a Kindle, something that I think could really help is listening via audiobooks. So I know there's audible.com, which I'll link for you guys down in the description below. I'm not being sponsored or anything like that, but you know, I have learned throughout the years that different techniques work for different people. So if it's a book that you're really struggling to get through, maybe it's just really heavy in like research and information that it's giving you. Perhaps if you're just listening to it in the car, for example, or on the train, then I don't know, maybe like you don't have to dedicate as much mental energy when it comes to listening, or it could be that same thing for you, but vice versa. So I guess, you know, I'm not sure how this completely works, but I would say that we learn differently through audio, through reading, and sometimes you could even pair them together, which I know one student actually said to me that's how she does it. She hates reading, so what she does is she has the book in front of her and she has the audio, which helps her actually keep on track. And by having a narrator, that adds a different element to it as well. You can hear the tonal changes, you can hear the sounds of the different characters inside the novel. So yeah, those would be my tips on how to read productively. I know it's a little bit different from probably a lot of the videos out there who are about like reading books faster, reading whenever you can, but I guess I just wanted to put my little piece of information out there and hopefully this helps somebody. So yeah, that's it for today. Please leave down in the comment section below if you like these videos and what else you would like to see from me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!